we are going to discuss about the extended part of the 8th chapter of your ICSE chemistry, and the name of the 8th chapter was Study of Compounds. We have already started this chapter with the last compound, that was sulfuric acid. Today we are going to discuss about nitric acid, which is the second last compound. Okay, so let me start the discussion with asking you a very simple question. Have any of you seen nitric acid kept in laboratory or somewhere? Can you tell me the color of nitric acid? Yes, who all are thinking nitric acid is colorless? Yes, you are correct. Pure nitric acid is colorless. But like when we see it, somewhere it is kept in a lab or like anywhere, we see the color of nitric acid is light yellow. Alright, so whatever nitric acid we can see, that color is light yellow. See here also, when we will be learning about lab preparation, we have prepared nitric acid and the color also here I have written light yellow nitric acid. Let me tell you why the colorless nitric acid becomes light yellow. Okay, to understand this concept, I will take you to class 9. There you have learnt about different type of chemical reaction. One type of reaction you have learned, that is decomposition reaction, where one reactant is broken down, decomposed into two or more than two compounds or elements, right? So nitric acid at room temperature only, it decomposes. Okay, let's see how it decomposes. HNO3 decomposes to give NO2 plus water and plus oxygen. Alright, if you balance this equation, 4 nitric acid decomposes in this way. Alright, now this NO2, this nitrogen dioxide is a reddish brown gas. Alright, now if this reddish brown gas dissolves in colorless nitric acid, it turns light yellow or yellowish tinge is observed. So sometimes give reason question is asked, give reasons. Yellow tinge is observed in nitric acid. Why? Because reddish nitric acid undergoes decomposition to produce nitrogen dioxide gas, which is reddish brown in color. This reddish brown nitrogen dioxide dissolves in colorless nitric acid to give light yellow color of nitric acid. Understood? So this is the main reason why you can get to see nitric acid has turned light yellow. Alright, we have to discuss laboratory preparation of nitric acid. In the sulfuric acid chapter, we have discussed one property of sulfuric acid, that is the least volatile nature or the non-volatile nature. Okay, based on this property, we take sulfuric acid, rather concentrated sulfuric acid. You have to mention concentrated. Okay, concentrated sulfuric acid as one of the reagents to prepare nitric acid. Okay, and see, we need HNO3 here, right? So we need something from where we'll get this NO3 minus, this nitrate radical. So we take either of potassium nitrate or sodium nitrate. Any of these can be taken. Now any of these, they are in solid state, okay, salt, and if you make them react with one liquid reagent, that is concentrated H2SO4, it will give out HNO3. Alright, similarly here also, if you let sodium nitrate react with concentrated sulfuric acid, it will give you HNO3. But there are few conditions. The first condition is the temperature of the reactant has to be below 200 degrees Celsius. Okay, you cannot let the temperature cross this 200 degree Celsius. Alright, so if the temperature is controlled within 200 degrees Celsius, then nitric acid is of course will be produced, right? Because you are preparing only nitric acid. Plus you take NO3 from here and 1H from here. So here K is left, and after eliminating 1H and SO4, so K and HSO4 together will give you KHSO4. Similarly, here you will get NaHSO4. Alright, so like potassium bisulfate or sodium bisulfate and nitric acid is formed. Now nitric acid, this nitric acid is like found as like brown vapors. That is why you must have noticed here I have written brown vapors of nitric acid is produced. Now let me tell you why I have emphasized that the temperature must be controlled within 200 degrees Celsius. The first reason is there are 3 points. Okay, the first point, if the temperature is not controlled below 200 degrees Celsius, the reaction will not happen in this way. You will get nitric acid, but instead of potassium bisulfate, you will be getting potassium sulfate or sodium sulfate. By this reaction, like 2KNO3 plus H2SO4 within bracket concentrated, this reaction is above 200 degrees Celsius. Nitric acid will be there, but instead of bisulfate, we will be getting potassium sulfate or sodium sulfate similarly. Okay, so K2SO4 or Na2SO4 is formed, alright, and it forms a hard crust, okay, which appears as a hard crust. Alright, I am just rubbing this reaction off because this reaction is not in your syllabus. Hard crust and stick to the bottom of the container. That means what? You are using this container to prepare nitric acid, but if this Na2SO4 or K2SO4 is formed, they form a hard crust at the bottom of this container, and so what happens? The heat cannot be distributed to the reagent and the reaction can gradually stop. So this is like the first point, potassium sulfate or sodium sulfate is formed, which like appears as a hard crust and stick to the bottom of the container and the heat cannot be distributed. Okay, so this is the first point. Now the second point is like your main objective by this reaction is to what? To prepare nitric acid, right? And if you can prepare nitric acid in less than 200 degrees Celsius, why will you let the temperature like cross 200 degrees Celsius? You need to like invest more fuel. So like unnecessary wastage of fuel can be saved. And the third point is like all the apparatus whatever you are using, though they are made up of glass apparatus. Okay, all apparatus are glass apparatus are used. So at high temperature, glass apparatus may need to break. So I am writing glass apparatus may tend to break. Alright, at high temperature. So these are the three reasons for what we control the temperature within 200 degrees Celsius. Alright, so if give reason question comes, you have to write these 3 points. But please understand, this is the most important point, the first point. Okay. After that, let me tell you that like why the apparatus should be made up of glass. Like I told here, all apparatus should be made up of glass. To answer this question, one information I would like to give you, that is these nitric acid vapor, these brown vapor, they are corrosive in nature. Corrosive HNO3 vapors attack other materials like rubber or core. This is the reason why we should use glass apparatus. Understood? So this is another question can come, give reason why all apparatus are like used. They are made up of glass in the lab preparation of nitric acid, because nitric acid vapors, they are corrosive. They destroy the glass. They do not destroy the glass. They destroy or attack the other materials like rubber or core. That is why the apparatus should be made up of glass. Okay. Sometimes the question is asked, state one special feature of the apparatus setup while preparing nitric acid in lab. So what will be your answer? All apparatus should be made up of glass. Alright, now let's discuss another very conceptual part. Like here you can understand we have prepared nitric acid. NO3 has come from either KNO3 or NaNO3, and the H of nitric acid has come from the acid, the sulfuric acid. So like as we have used concentrated sulfuric acid, some of you may think, cannot we use concentrated hydrochloric acid? Or like, what is the problem if we use concentrated hydrochloric acid? Like, please understand, concentrated HCl cannot be used. Why? Because it is volatile. Because it is volatile in nature, okay? And sulfuric acid like is a least volatile or non-volatile acid. Nitric acid is also a volatile. You are preparing one volatile acid by using a non-volatile or least volatile acid, okay? So concentrated HCl we cannot use. Why? Because it is volatile. We have to use such an acid which is least volatile or non-volatile. What is the reason? Because when like nitric acid is coming here, when like you are preparing nitric acid, if the acid you are using, what acid you are using, if that is volatile, then with nitric acid that H2SO4 will also come. So that will create a problem in the separation. So you understood? You have to mention concentrated sulfuric acid is used because it is non-volatile or least volatile. Concentrated hydrochloric cannot be used because it is volatile. I hope it is clear. Now, before we like conclude the lab preparation of nitric acid, let me discuss few more points. What happens? You have seen how from the reagents like KNO3 or concentrated sulfuric acid, brown vapors of nitric acid is being produced. Now, these brown vapors come through this way, and here you can see we have given cold water from outside. Why? To condense that brown vapor into like liquid nitric acid. So see, we are getting liquid nitric acid, but I told you why we are getting light yellow nitric acid. Why? Because of the NO2 dissolved in it. The NO2 is dissolved, right, in this nitric acid. That is why we are getting light yellow. So some of you may think, is there no way to get that like colorless, transparent, pure nitric acid? Of course there is way. If that light yellow color is coming because of this nitric acid, if you can remove this nitrogen dioxide, then only you will get back the colorless pure nitric acid. How to remove this nitrogen dioxide? By bubbling air or carbon dioxide through this nitric acid, okay? By bubbling air or CO2 through the light yellow nitric acid. Then what do? They like turn the NO2 into nitric acid again, and no nitrogen dioxide is there. So the light yellow nitric acid become pure colorless. I hope it is clear. Now, you must be seeing the scope of syllabus. In the scope of syllabus, you will find the diagram is also important. But in ICSE, they are not asking you like to draw the diagram. Alright. Rather, what they ask you to label it. What they ask you to label it? They like replace these reagents by unknown variables like X, Y, Z. They like replace this last product also by unknown variables. Suppose they say like X plus Y is used. Now X they are saying solid, Y they are saying liquid, and here Z is being collected. So Z is what? Nitric acid. X is what? X is solid, right? So X has to be any of the nitrates, either sodium nitrate or potassium nitrate. Y is what? Y is liquid. So liquid we have used concentrated sulfuric acid. In that way they are asking the question. So you must be very thorough with the entire diagram for labeling. Okay, they may ask you label it. And like the last thing I want to tell you about the lab preparation of nitric acid, that is the common name of these two reagents. The common name of potassium nitrate is saltpeter, and the common name of sodium nitrate is Chile saltpeter. sometimes to confuse you, the question setters are not directly giving you potassium nitrate or sodium nitrate. They are asking, write the balanced chemical equation with like of concentrated sulfuric acid with saltpeter. Now, if you do not know what saltpeter is, you may not be able to write. That is why please understand and try to remember. Saltpeter is the common name of potassium nitrate and Chile saltpeter is the common name of sodium nitrate. That's all from the lab preparation of nitric acid. After that, what we have to learn is the large scale preparation of nitric acid. Okay, the large scale preparation, or we call it industrial preparation also. Large scale preparation or industrial preparation of nitric acid. At the first, you have to know the name of this process. The name of this process I have written Ostwald's process. Please understand, like the spelling of Ostwald is very important. You cannot do a mistake while writing the spelling of Ostwald. And whenever you write Ostwald, O has to be always in capital letter, because Ostwald was the one of the scientists who invented this procedure. Okay. In Ostwald's process, you need to know 3 equations with suitable conditions. Let's see, like what are those 3 equations. In the first step, what we do is we do catalytic oxidation of ammonia. The term itself, catalytic oxidation of ammonia, means the oxidation of ammonia in the presence of a catalyst. So we all know ammonia is NH3. Now oxidation means what? Addition of O2. So I have written plus O2. Okay. And in the first step, we do catalytic oxidation of ammonia to prepare NO. NO is nitric oxide. Alright, please do not be confused. Nitric oxide. N2O is nitrous oxide, or we call it 2 nitrogens are there, so dinitrogen oxide as well. This is known as laughing gas as well. And I believe everybody knows NO2 is what? Nitrogen dioxide. So anyway, we have to prepare what? Like NO in the first step, nitric oxide. And see, like hydrogen is left, so NO plus water will be produced, right? Now, you cannot write any unbalanced equation, so we have to balance it, right? So how to balance it? Like N is here, 1 N is here, okay. 3 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen. See, like it is seeming a little like difficult if you do not know the balance. So you must remember the balance here. To remember this balance, you must understand the clue of 4, 5, 4, 6. The clue of 4, 5, 4, 6 will help you to balance it instantly, like a magic. How to do that? Just close your eyes and randomly write 4, 5, 4, 6. And you see your balance is done. Understood? So, like 4, 5, 4, 6. This is the balance. Now I have told you this is a catalytic oxidation. So we have to use a catalyst. The catalyst we use is platinum gauze. And we have to know the optimum temperature needed for this equation also. See, we have written 4, 5, 4, 6. After 6, what number comes? Yes, correct, 7. So, please remember that temperature should be 700 degrees Celsius to 800 degrees Celsius. Alright. After that, what we need to do, know is this reaction is exothermic reaction. That means what? Heat energy is being produced in this reaction. Okay. So, this is the first step of Ostwald's process. Now, let's come to the second step. In the first step, we have already got this nitric oxide NO. In the second step, we will convert this NO to NO2. How to do that? Add oxygen to it. Alright. Most of you have learned this equation in previous classes. 2NO plus O2 gives 2NO2. Here also, one temperature you must remember, this reaction takes place at 50 degrees Celsius. Okay. So in the second step, what we have done? We have converted this nitric oxide to nitrogen dioxide. Now, let's come to the third step. You have seen how nitrogen dioxide is produced by the decomposition of nitric acid. What you have done? You have taken 4 nitric acid. I have started the discussion of this chapter with this reaction. 4 nitric acid decomposed to give 4NO2 plus 2H2O and oxygen. You write that decomposition reaction like a direct synthesis reaction by reversing it, and you can prepare nitric acid. This nitric acid you prepare is 68% pure. Alright. So in the third step, what we have done, we have taken this nitrogen dioxide and we have let this nitrogen dioxide react with water and oxygen to get nitric acid. So in this way we can prepare concentrated 68% nitric acid, and we can obtain more concentrated nitric acid up to 98% nitric acid by distillation. By further distillation from 68% we can get 98% of nitric acid. That's all from Ostwald's process. That is the entire thing what you need to learn from the large scale preparation or industrial preparation of nitric acid. Okay. After that we need to learn few reactions of nitric acid. Okay. Let me tell you that we have to learn only 4 reactions. But before we learn these reactions, let me remind you once, nitric acid is an acid at the end of the day, right? So with acid, we have discussed few typical reactions of acid in the chapter acid, base and salt, dilute acid react with alkalis and bases to produce salt and water, neutralization reaction. Then we have discussed acids, they react with active metals except 5 metals, right, who all are below hydrogen. Those 5 metals are copper, silver, gold, platinum and mercury. They are very costly metals. So except those 5 metals, the other metals like zinc, iron, sodium, of course they are very reactive. All these metals, they react with dilute acid to prepare hydrogen gas. Then we have learnt about carbonate and bicarbonate, they give out CO2 with dilute acid. Then we have learnt sulfite and bisulfite, they give out sulfur dioxide gas. Then we have learned metallic sulfides, S2 minus, they give out hydrogen sulfide gas. Nitric acid also does all the reactions except one. With active metals, dilute nitric acid do not give out hydrogen gas. Let me give you one example. You all must know, in the lab preparation of hydrogen from dilute hydrochloric acid, we use zinc. So let me use zinc with dilute nitric acid to try to prepare hydrogen gas. What will happen is, this dilute nitric acid is a good oxidizing agent. So that will oxidize the prepared hydrogen to water. It is not that it won't be produced. Hydrogen will be produced, but as soon as the hydrogen is produced, this oxidizing agent, dilute nitric acid, it will turn that hydrogen to water. So let's see how the reaction happens. Zinc will get oxidized first to form zinc nitrate, and NO gas will be evolved and water you will get, because produced hydrogen will be oxidized. The balance happens in this way, okay? Alright, so see, from active metal you cannot get H2 with dilute acids, but you get what? Nitric oxide gas. Then you may ask, so sir, is there no metal? What can give us hydrogen from nitric acid? Yes, there are 2 metals which give hydrogen gas from very cold and dilute nitric acid. These 2 metals start with M, okay? One is Mn, manganese, and the other one is magnesium. If they react with very cold and dilute, alright, so I am writing HNO3 within bracket very cold and very dilute, alright. Here also plus HNO3 within bracket very cold and very dilute. Then the respective nitrate, manganese nitrate and magnesium nitrate. So Mn, NO3 whole 2 and magnesium nitrate is also MgNO3 whole 2 plus H2, here also plus H2. So if you balance the reaction 2 here and 2 here, okay. So if you are asked, name one metal which produces hydrogen gas from dilute nitric acid, your answer will be either of manganese or magnesium. They produce hydrogen gas from not only dilute but very cold and dilute nitric acid. Actually, we reduce the oxidizing power by making it very cold and dilute. Alright, now let's see what are the reactions of concentrated acid we have to learn in our syllabus. Okay, the first reaction we must learn, that is with sulfur and nitric acid. Sulfur and concentrated nitric acid. Nitric acid is a good oxidizing agent, is a strong oxidizing agent. So sulfur will be oxidized to produce H2SO4. Alright. Similarly, carbon will be oxidized to produce what? CO2. Similarly, copper will be oxidized to produce what? Copper nitrate. And now remember one thing. Wherever there is concentrated nitric acid is reacting, one product is common in all. That product is nothing but nitrogen dioxide gas. So everywhere in all these three reactions, concentrated nitric acid plus NO2 and here also plus NO2 I am writing. Now see, like in all the reaction, another product is very common, that is water plus H2O plus H2O here and even plus H2O here. So we have written the reactions. We have seen sulfur got oxidized to sulfuric acid, carbon got oxidized to carbon dioxide and copper got oxidized to copper nitrate. And as concentrated nitric acid, nitrogen dioxide gas is common, but the work is not finished yet. Why? Because you have to balance these equations also. Now, if you do not know the balance in exam, it will take a long time to balance by hit and trial method. So please remember, how many electrons are there in the outermost shell of sulfur? Yes, 6. So without thinking any more thing, bring a 6 here. How many electrons are there in the outermost shell of carbon? 4, right? So here it will be 4. I am coming to the third reaction after a while, because this reaction won't be following that rule. Okay, so this is one like trick or one tricks, like one clue what you can remember to like quickly write the balanced chemical equation. So in the reactant side you have made HNO6, so 6 nitrogen. So here also 1 nitrogen is there in nitrogen dioxide. So here also we have to make 6. Here you have made 4 HNO3. So number of nitrogen atom is 4. So here you have to bring 4. Now if you like check the number of hydrogen atom, you will see that here it will be 2 water, here also it will be 2 water. Now with C, 4 nitric acid is needed, 4 molecules of concentrated nitric acid. Copper also start with C. So when you will be writing the reaction of concentrated nitric acid with copper, that time also you have to bring 4 to balance. Okay, and similarly see, like out of 4 nitrogen, 2 you have written here. So 2 nitrogen atoms are yet to be written. So I am writing 2 here, and like water also will be 2 here. So the reaction of concentrated nitric acid with sulfur, carbon and copper, we have to learn very nicely. Balanced chemical equation. If they ask you observation, I told you about the color of this NO2 gas. What is the color of this NO2 gas? I have told you like while teaching why the nitric acid turns light yellow. Yes, reddish brown. So your observation will be a reddish brown gas is evolved. Alright. Now only one reaction we have to learn, that is of dilute nitric acid and copper. Previously I have shown you the reaction of dilute nitric acid with zinc. Okay, the similar way it will react with copper. The respective copper nitrate will be formed. See, with concentrated nitric acid, the gas was produced NO2, nitrogen dioxide. So when it is dilute nitric acid, the oxidizing power got decreased a little. So here NO2 will not be produced. What will be produced? You just minus 1 oxygen atom from NO2. So if you subtract 1 oxygen atom from NO2, what is left? Yes, NO. So here the gas will be NO, nitric oxide. And as usual, water. Please remember, here like dilute nitric acid, so double of this 4 you like need. Okay, so here you need 8 and copper you need 3. So if you now like carry on the balance 3 atoms of copper. So here also you have to make 3 atoms of copper. So I am writing 3 here. Now 3 to the 6 nitrogens you have written, and here total 8 nitrogen atoms are there. So here 2 nitrogen atoms have to be written. So I am just putting 2 out here. Now 8 hydrogen atoms, so 4 hydrogen atoms. Alright, the gas produced is here nitric oxide. Similarly, it reacts with lead also. I am showing you the reaction with lead with dilute nitric acid. In similar way, 3Pb plus 8HNO3 dilute gives lead nitrate like copper nitrate. So 3 lead nitrate plus, again as dilute nitric acid, NO2 will not be produced but NO will be produced, nitric oxide will be produced. So plus 2NO and plus 4H2O. This is how like nitric acid, dilute nitric acid reacts with like metals like zinc, lead, copper, alright, but it does not give out hydrogen gas. Dilute nitric acid, it gives out nitric oxide. Concentrated nitric acid, it gives out nitrogen dioxide. Alright, so I hope you really understood this chapter of nitric acid and you enjoyed also. Thank you.